Know your criminals. Mnangagwa government accused of recycling failed economic policies. The 19th of August 2025, by Newsday, Politics and Economy Desk, political and economic analyst Chenji Mutambasser has accused President Emerson Mnangagwa's ZANU-PF government of recycling failed economic policies between 2018 and 2025, saying the playbook has remained the same: to loot resources while ordinary Zimbabweans bear the brunt of economic disruption. In her analysis, shared under the banner, Know Your Criminals, Mutambasser highlights how, after both the 2018 and 2023 elections, the government repeated identical strategies: rebasing the GDP, introducing a new currency, and declaring supposed economic growth. She argues that these policies only provide paper growth, while citizens face inflation, unemployment, and poverty. She noted that in 2019, the government rebased GDP upwards by 40%, from $18 billion to $25.8 billion. Again, in 2025, the GDP was rebased by about 30%, from $35 billion to $45.7 billion. Officially, the upward revisions were attributed to statistical refinements and perceived informal sector growth. But Mutambasser dismissed the changes as economic illusions designed to make debt ratios appear healthier without creating new industries or jobs. The new currency trick was also cited as a recurring policy. In 2019, government launched the RTGS dollar, later renamed the Zimbabwe dollar, claiming parity with the US dollar. In 2024, it rolled out the ZVAITWA, marketed as a gold-backed stable currency. Both currencies, Mutambasser argues, collapsed under the weight of inflation and mistrust, leaving citizens trapped in cycles of savings erosion and economic uncertainty. She further criticized what she termed the fake recovery narrative. Following the 2018 elections, Mnangagwa declared, "Zimbabwe is open for business," parading mega deals that never materialized. After the 2023 polls, authorities again boasted of a 6% economic growth forecast, a figure she says is built on manipulated statistics and currency resets. While ordinary people endure skyrocketing prices and shrinking livelihoods, debt management was also flagged as a smokescreen. By rebasing GDP, government lowered debt-to-GDP ratios on paper, creating an illusion of progress. However, Mutambasser emphasized that arrears remain unpaid, with ordinary citizens enduring collapsing hospitals, underfunded schools, and vanishing pensions. She also drew attention to political manipulation, pointing out that after the 2018 elections, the opposition was weakened through court rulings that stripped the MDC of its assets and handed them first to Thokozani Q and later to Douglas Mwanzora. After the 2023 elections, a similar pattern unfolded, with courts allocating parliamentary seats to Sengizo TSHABANGU, thereby fragmenting the opposition and consolidating ZANU-PF's grip on power. Looting through state institutions was described as another hallmark of the Mnangagwa era. Between 2019 and 2021, Kuvimba Mining House was allegedly used as a shadow state vehicle to control lucrative resources such as gold, platinum, and lithium, with ownership hidden behind political elites. From 2023, the government shifted assets into the opaque Mutapa Wealth Fund, shielding cronies and limiting public accountability. Mutambasser concluded that Zimbabwe's economic trajectory under Mnangagwa is marked by repetition of the same failed experiments. RTGS, ZVAITWA, different names but identical outcomes. She argued that instead of genuine growth, what has expanded is unemployment, poverty, and political oppression. The economy isn't growing, the numbers are being gamed. She declared, questioning how long citizens will continue to endure recycled policies that collapse trust and confidence. Stay with News Times Zimbabwe for more investigative reports and in-depth political analysis. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for instant updates.